get this behind us. First of all, the Chief of Police and the university has asked the Florida Department of Law Enforcement in Tallahassee to conduct an independent investigation on the police's response in this circumstance. This will be done in the very near future and will help determine the appropriateness of the response that was made. 2 officers that were central to the activity yesterday have been placed on paid administrative leave pending the outcome of this external report and whatever decisions follow from that. We are forming a panel of faculty and students who are going to review all of our protocols relative to student dialogue and faculty interaction in the hopes that we can identify places where we can do better at having the environment safe and open for the kind of debate that we so value. In addition, the university offices involved in this circumstance are conducting their own internal review of what happened, why it happened, what could we have done better, and that will obviously be a post hoc analysis, but we think that could reveal some helpful hints for us as well. And finally, we have every reason to believe the state's attorney is going to act expeditiously, as we have called him and urged him to do so, in deciding whether to go forward with the charges against the student. It's his decision when he makes that determination, but it's with our encouragement that he do so as fast and as completely as he can. That completes my statement. So at this time, Steve, I'm going to need your help in identifying the questions.
Okay. Phil,
what would your recommendation be on going forward with charges?
Well, I'm waiting for the reports. I did not see the incident. I have obviously heard from a lot of people who either saw it or saw tapes of it. Depends on what the findings are relative to use of force, relative to the civil behavior of the student. And I think we will make our decisions about further actions pending the outcome of those external reviews.
What is your response to all of the protesters downstairs?
Well, I think they're concerned about the same things that I'm concerned about. This is a university. We want to have civil discourse, and that's what we're all about. The fact that it didn't occur is as troubling to me as I think it is to them. What we do about it, though, is dependent upon what the facts are, and that's what we're trying to sort out. And I think we've outlined a plan that can let this happen quickly and fairly.
President Manchin, have you talked to Andrew's parents?
I have not. I have talked to no students other than Ryan Mosley, the president of the student body.
Steve,
Yeah, go ahead.
can you give us a little bit more history about the use of tasers at the university, as far as any kind of use in the past, and what is the actual policy for the university?
Yeah, I'm assuming I don't have to repeat the questions. Is that fair? I mean, you all can hear the questions. I don't have the complete history, but tasers have been accepted for some time as an acceptable part of our security protocol. There are specific circumstances under which they are allowed to be used and specific circumstances under which they are not allowed to be used. And that obviously will be part of our review as well. Absolutely. There is a protocol, and we will have some copies later. Of the taser protocol? Yes. Well, how about that? Okay.
What is Mr. Meyer's status? Will he be allowed back in classes, back on campus?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Sooner the better.
Do you plan on talking to him?
If he wants. I think that this is a bigger issue now than just him and me. It's the university and student access to a safe environment, for sure. That would be something he or his family would want. That would be possible as far as I'm concerned.
Hang on one second. Yes, go right ahead.
President Manchin, you mentioned 2 officers were placed on paid administrative leave. Can we identify those officers, and do we expect any other officers? I know that there were a number of them involved to perhaps also be placed on that.
I don't have the names. Do you have the names?
Yeah, I do the names. I have Sergeant Eddie King. That's E-D-D-I-E. King, common spelling. And Officer Nicole, N-I-C-O-L-E.
Should you repeat that?
Nicole, N-I-C-O-L-E. Last name Mallow, M as in Mike, A-L-L-O.
And is she the one, I understand, that actually tased the individual?
I'm not quite sure the details on that, but those are the two officers I understand have been placed on administrative leave.
And how did we choose them? I'm just wondering, of all the officers that were there, were they
I
the
can try
most
to get some more
involved?
information on that.
Yeah, this was a determination by Chief Stump. And there was a second part of your question that I didn't get.
I think it was just, should we expect more officers to perhaps be?
Yeah. Again, I think the way we've set this up, we expect some pretty rapid response from the external reviews, and hopefully if that comes in, that will determine what, if anything, additional is done.
I was wondering, two questions. How will the students in the panel be selected? What will that selection process be? And the other is, I believe the protesters downstairs have called for an end to the use of tasers here on campus. Since people have died in conjunction with the use of tasers across the country, is the policy of taser use being reviewed at this time?
I think I announced the 5 actions we're taking, and until we get the feedback from those external reviews, our policies will remain intact. The choice of students and faculty to participate on this committee, historically we have gone to the president of the faculty senate and the president of the student body to identify the students who will be involved in this committee.
Members of the media for being here today, and I'm here to speak on behalf of all of the students massed in the lobby of this building. I think what needs to be stressed here, as much as there will be investigation into the physical violence, is that what happened in that auditorium yesterday was not only a physical assault, but an assault on reason itself. For a question to be met with arrest, not to mention physical violence, is completely unacceptable in the United States, especially in the halls of education. For thought and for inquiry to be suppressed in the halls of education is completely unthinkable for what a university is meant to do. The violence that we saw has prompted 3 demands on behalf of the students in the lobby. We demand that the charges are dropped against the student who did nothing more than ask a question. Second, we demand that charges and punishment be brought against the officers who committed the true crime in that auditorium yesterday. And third, we demand that tasers be taken off campus. I'm sure in the public discourse, the numbers of individuals who have died from taser use in this country will come out over the next couple of days, and I think that that's an important thing to focus on. It's also important to focus on the fact that the investigation that is planned for this incident will occur behind the blue wall of secrecy, meaning that law enforcement will be investigating themselves. And that, my friends, is an absolute joke. We cannot have that. We need a real, free public inquiry. Let this be an appeal to all organizations who have an interest in the civil liberties of students and Americans everywhere. We need your help on this campus. This is an appeal to the ACLU. This is an appeal to every organization that can possibly come down and help us. We are not safe to inquire. We are not safe to question public officials. Our Constitution has been trampled on. The students in this lobby are upset, but they have been peaceful. And the university has been very peaceful in their dealings with us today, and I commend them on that. I commend the students on their resolve as they sit in the lobby waiting for this issue to be resolved. I don't think that we, the students of this university, can allow this to stand. The past 6 years have been a great erosion of civil liberties in this country with the Patriot Act and the Military Commissions Act. And now it's been brought to our front door. This is unacceptable. Thought is being suppressed. Thought is being suppressed, and that needs to be emphasized. It is not only physical assault, it is an assault on reason itself. I'd be happy to take any questions from the media, with the exception of Fox News, because I made a promise I wouldn't take any questions from Fox News. So,
What's your name? Your name?
Benjamin Victor, BenjaminDictor. I'm a junior in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences with a major in political science. I have been going to the university, and I'm a junior now. I'm from Sarasota, Florida originally. I am not the organizer of this event. There is no organizer, and that's truly the beauty of this, is that this has been a collection of students who got together in less than 24 hours and organized for this event. I heard about this event, I heard about the incident on Tucker Carlson last night on national news. The University of Florida Police Department is an embarrassment to the university, the students, the faculty, everybody. They are an absolute embarrassment for this. This is the way our university is represented. We should be a university of academics. We should be a university of intellectuals. We should be solving world health problems. We should be winning football and basketball championships. We should not be the university where police violence met reason and suppressed thought.